This episode of the BIC Magazine Weekly Industry Report is brought to you by Draeger Rental and Safety Services, your trusted source for industrial safety services and technology. We'll share more about Draeger later in the episode. Welcome to the BIC Magazine Weekly Industry Report, your go-to source for the latest updates in the energy sector. I'm Samantha, your AI podcast host, and today is November 8th, 2024. In today's episode, LyondellBasell plans to close its Houston refinery in 2025. ONEOK closes its $2.6 billion Medallion Midstream acquisition, and other top news from the energy sector this week. But before we get started, we ask that if you enjoy our podcast, please like, comment, and share it with your colleagues. Your support helps us grow and allows us to bring you even more exciting updates from the energy sector in the future. With that being said, let's jump into the first story. We'll kick things off with one of the biggest announcements from the Houston area in some time. LyondellBasell has announced plans to permanently close its 263,776 barrel per day Houston oil refinery in early 2025. This marks another U.S. refinery closure, as motor fuel demand faces expected declines due to renewable fuels and electric vehicle growth. Starting in January, the facility will begin shutting down key units, including its crude distillation units and coker production trains, with all motor fuel production set to end by February. LyondellBasell had previously intended to close the refinery in 2023, but delayed due to high fuel margins. Recently, Phillips 66 and Valero Energy also revealed plans to close or review California refineries amid challenging state regulations. This closure follows a broader trend from 2017 to 2022, during which 9 U.S. refineries with a combined capacity of 1.2 million barrels per day were either idled or converted to renewable fuel production. Next up, ONEOK has completed its $2.6 billion acquisition of Medallion Midstream, the largest privately held crude gathering and transport network in the Midland Basin of the Permian. CEO Pierce H. Norton noted that this purchase aligns with ONEOK's strategic growth plans, adding a major crude gathering system to its Permian platform and creating potential for commercial synergies with ONEOK's existing pipelines. Medallion's assets include over 1,200 miles of gathering pipelines, with a capacity of 1.3 million barrels per day and 1.5 million barrels of storage, further strengthening ONEOK's role in the energy infrastructure sector. We'll move on now to an exciting development for both the state of Kentucky and for the natural gas sector. Vision RNG, Waste Connections Laurel Ridge Landfill, and Delta Gas have launched a new renewable natural gas or RNG facility in Lilly, Kentucky, converting landfill gas into RNG for Delta Gas's pipeline network. The plant, Vision RNG's first with Waste Connections, processes about 2,250 standard cubic feet of landfill gas per minute, generating the energy equivalent of 3.6 million gallons of gasoline. The RNG will support sustainable fuel for compressed natural gas-powered vehicles, industrial applications, and renewable energy production, helping reduce carbon emissions and contributing to sustainability goals. Delta Gas President John Brown noted the project as the first of its kind in Kentucky, marking a milestone for renewable energy in the region. Before we move on to our next story, a quick word from our sponsor. This episode of the BIC Magazine Weekly Industry Report is brought to you by Draeger Rental and Safety Services. From daily operations to large turnaround and shutdown projects, partner with Draeger for smart technical solutions that protects, supports, and saves lives. To learn more, visit www.draeger.com. For our next story, U.S. ethane and ethane-based petrochemical exports hit a record 21.6 million metric tons in 2023, up 135% since the start of U.S. ethane exports in 2014 and 17% from 2022, according to the Energy Information Administration. This growth has been driven by increases in domestic ethane production and the development of export infrastructure. Ethane, mainly used for producing ethylene, a key component in plastics and synthetic materials, gives U.S. producers a cost advantage over other feedstocks like naphtha. The U.S. also exported 1.1 million metric tons of ethylene in 2023, with China as the top importer. U.S. ethylene derivative exports grew 20% from 2022, led by strong demand from Asia. The U.S. Gulf Coast continues to be a hub for these exports, supported by its cost advantages and extensive infrastructure. Finally, we'll close the show out with an article from BIC President and COO Jeremy Osterberger that was recently featured in the latest issue of BIC magazine. According to the article, generative AI is quickly transforming industries, with McKinsey predicting 80% of organizations will see major changes within 3 years. Partha Chatterjee, Shell's digital strategy lead, emphasized the disruptive impact of AI at the 2024 Digitalization in Oil and Gas conference, explaining how it enhances data analysis and decision-making. Chatterjee highlighted that combining AI with inventory, supply, and market data enables precise demand forecasting and empowers employees to make more informed decisions. As AI bridges business and IT, he stressed responsible use, noting AI's role as a powerful tool for addressing complex industry needs. To read this article and more, be sure to check out BIC Magazine's digital edition or visit our website to sign up to receive a physical copy of the publication. And with that, we come to a close on this week's episode of the BIC Magazine Weekly Industry Report. You can head over to bicmagazine.com to read the full stories discussed today, and make sure to follow us on all of our social media channels so that you never miss out on the latest developments, updates, and announcements from the energy sector. Have a great day, and remember, it's what we do together that counts. Thank you again to Draeger Rental and Safety Services for sponsoring today's episode. Make sure to visit www.draeger.com to learn more about Draeger's smart safety solutions for your facility. When safety matters, rely on Draeger, technology for life.